How's it going, guys? Coming at you with a review of the Burris Fastfire 3. This is a micro red dot that I've decided to install on my M&P core. And the reason why I went with the Burris Fastfire 3, well, the main reason I went with the Fastfire 3 is the fact that it's about half the price as some of its more higher end competitors, such as the Leupold Delta Point and the Trijicon RMR, just to name a couple. But for half the price, I don't think you get half the red dot. I think that for the most part, it's a really good dot sight. And this is actually the second Fastfire that I've owned. I also owned a Fastfire 2 a while back. I sold that. I wasn't super impressed with it. There was a lot of, it functioned just fine, but there was a lot of downsides to that sight. And some were kind of hard to live with. And a lot of which I think they have really remedied in the Fastfire 3. And so in this video we're going to go ahead and talk about some of the improvements they've made to it, also give you a rundown of the stats with the Fastfire 3, show you some close-ups, and we're also going to show you the installation on the actual core itself. But then part 2 of this video, what we're going to do is we're going to take the core out with the Fastfire 3 on it, sight it in, and show you how well the core runs with the Fastfire on it as well. So this is how the Fastfire 3 comes packaged, just in a little package like this. Let's go ahead and open it up for you, and we'll show you kind of what's inside. Comes with some paperwork. You got your paperwork, you've got a warranty card, and you also have a microfiber lens cleaner as well. So that's also the, let's see, the user manual. Okay, set that off the side. And then it comes packaged in styrofoam. So what you have with it is you have the dot sight itself, okay? It came with a battery, which is now in the sight. Also comes with some mounting screws. This particular one came with a Picatinny rail mount. The reason why I got the Picatinny version is just in case I wanted to put this sight on some other firearm to use it as a test bed. Comes with a hex screw in order to tighten the screws down, and then also came with a small screwdriver. And what this is for is to do your elevation and windage adjustments on the sight itself. It also comes with a sunshade. Anyway, if you look at the dot sight compared to the sunshade, it's going to add some substantial length to the sight, as well as a little bit of side to side. So I don't really see me using this too much, but it does act as a dust cover as well as protection to the sight a little bit. So anyway, that's a sunshade if you want to use that. Here's a close-up of the sight itself. Really well made sight. This is the 3 MOA dot sight there. This has the elevation adjustment right on top and the windage adjustment on the side. They are one MOA click adjustments. We have the function switch here on the side. The functions go as auto, high, medium, low, and off. Those are your functions there. Really nicely made sight. I mean, I can't see anything wrong with its construction in any way. You can see that there's the battery compartment right on top. That's one of the downsides to the Burris Fastfire 2, was that you actually had to remove the sight off of your gun in order to change the battery, because the battery compartment was underneath. And that was a huge problem, because then you had to re-sight in and everything, and it was just a real pain in the butt. But that is definitely improved. And it does seem like the hood is better quality, and the optic itself seems to be better quality. It is slightly magnified. I mean, there's just a slight distortion, as you can see. I don't know if you can see the M&P there. I think it's like 1.07 times magnification. So it's not a lot, but it is noticeable if you look through it. I don't think it'll be a problem in any way. It's just a slight distortion to what you're looking through. Alright, let's see if we can run you through the modes here. This is auto on now. There you can see it, automatic. And it should dim according to the ambient light. We're going to go to high mode. There's high, medium, and low, as you can see it there. And then the next click is off. So that's the modes that it runs on. I've had a really hard time finding information on the battery life with this little dot. From everything I've read, they say it's about 10,000 hours worth of runtime, which equates to about 1.1 years of constant on. So if that's the case, then you can pretty much leave the sight on for an entire year and just replace the batteries once a year and you should be good to go. So 10,000 hour runtime is pretty decent for the small little lithium battery that it uses. So the M&P core came with a chart, and nowhere on the chart was listed the Burris Fastfire 3. So I did some looking around, and they're saying that plate type number 5 is the plate that you use to mount your Burris Fastfire 3. So we're going to go ahead and use plate number 5, and they're labeled right there, to go ahead and mount it to the core. So let's go ahead and do that now. First things first, we have to remove the polymer fitting here on top in order to mount our plate. Alright, so once we have that removed, we're going to just go ahead and clean out from underneath it there. Okay, now we're going to get out type number 5. We're going to clean that up. Alright, now the core came with several different screw options, and I've chosen the ones that have the non-threaded standoff portion. You can see that they do come pre-Loctited, which is nice. So I've got my plate type 5. And I'm going to go ahead and set that on top of the core, and then I'm going to set my dot on top, and I'm going to start my screws just a bit, just so they're starting to grab. This installation is like super easy. I can do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Essentially how it goes. Especially one-handed, while trying to do it on camera. Good, snugged up. So there it is, guys. There is the Burris Fastfire 3 mounted on top of the M&P core. Just awesome looking, I think. And you know, there's one problem with the Fastfire 3 on the core. And that is that the, let me show you if I can, and that is the co-witness through the Fastfire 3 is almost non-existent. I can see all three tops of all three sights, but it's definitely less than ideal. And I knew that going into it. I knew that when I bought this sight, mainly because the Fastfire 3 is a little bit taller in the back. But you know, it's not that big a deal. You know, the reason why I bought the core was to put a dot sight on top anyway. And so, you know, I'm going to shoot it, and if I get really super annoyed with it, I can always upgrade to an RMR or a Delta point. But for the most part, it's probably not going to bother me too much that way. But anyway, guys, there it is. I think it looks awesome. Like I said, part 2, we're going to go ahead and take the sight out. We're going to sight it in, and we're going to run it on the core, and we're going to see how well it performs. So anyway, look forward to that. If you guys have any questions in this video about the sight or about the gun, go ahead and leave them down below, and I'll try to get back to you. But yeah, I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be sweet. And I've been wanting an M&P core for quite a long time, and I finally just pulled the trigger on one and decided that that I needed a cooler handgun than my wife. I was sick and tired of my wife owning all the cool handguns. So anyway, guys, if you like what you see, go ahead and hit that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more videos just like this in the future. And as always, guys, thanks very much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video. See ya.